What's up everyone, this is Minnie here, and today I'm bringing you another video in the How I Build It series. But before we get into that, a couple of reminders. Don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to help me keep making great content. Over the past 28 days, about 3/4 of you watching my videos have not hit that subscribe button yet, so make sure to click it. Now, today we'll be covering the Stalingrad, which is a Russian Tier 10 premium cruiser. It is available in the Armory for steel, one of the older ships still available for steel. And I completely understand after picking this thing up why it is so valued in competitive play, ranked, clan battles, King of the Sea, because this thing is a beast and it slaps. Now, for Commander, I recommend you run Kuznetsov in it. Kuznetsov, of course, comes with the advantage of giving you the Will for Victory, which means if you hit less than 10,000 health, you will immediately DCP and give you another heal, which is big, as well as having the Emergency Reserve talent, which means if you get First Blood, which this thing can easily do if you're in the right position, you are able to get another set of consumables, which is really nice. At Tier 1, stick with the recommended Grease the Gears and Gun Feeder. You need these skills. Grease the Gears because the turret traverse is so slow, and Gun Feeder because it's really nice for switching the shells. If you didn't want Gun Feeder, Consumable Specialist would be nice for just getting the enhanced reload time, but I don't find it worth it, honestly. At Tier 2, I like to take Consumables Enhancement because it increases the radar duration by 10%, which means that you can get those 2 sets of shells off on a target in smoke. Tier 3, you want to take the Adrenaline Rush along with the heavy AP shells and the Superintendent. Those skills combined give you a lot of capability to stay in the fight and continue to deal damage as you get lower and lower. It's not worth it to take heavy HE and SAP because of the fact you don't want to increase your detectability, in my opinion. At Tier 4, you do have a couple options. I recommend Concealment Expert. Concealment Expert, of course, helps bring our concealment down to 14.2 kilometers, which is really nice to have. Then the other skill, you have a choice. I like taking Outnumbered because I love getting a 10% better main battery shell dispersion and the 8% speed. This thing does suffer because it takes the full minute-long fires and floodings from wanting to be able to dodge better, so having the extra 8% speed is really nice, and you can usually force this thing to activate by playing this in the correct way, because normally with how Warship sets it up, you're not going to have more allies within the firing range of your ship than visible enemy ships when you're in a protracted brawl. The other choice I recommend if you don't want to take Outnumbered, if it doesn't fit your playstyle, is to go with the top grade Gunner skill. I like top grade Gunner because of the fact that while the secondary battery reload time is not big, having an 8% quicker main battery reload time is nice. Just to give you an idea, that lowers the reload time from 18.5 to about 17 seconds. Next up, you're going to want to talk about equipment. So on this thing, you're going to want to take main armaments mod 1 in the first spot. You want to make sure that your main battery isn't getting incapacitated, that it has better survivability and it's quicker repaired because you've only got the 3 guns and the 18-second reload time. In slot number 2, I take Damage Control System mod 1, however, there's a strong case to be made for putting a Surveillance Radar mod 1 in there, and I might be switching that when I decide to spend the coal. I don't see Defensive AA Fire mod as worth it because you don't see carriers enough to really justify this. And Engine Room Protection, while nice, the amount of times I've lost my engine is negligible. Slot 3, you're going to want to take Aiming Systems mod 1, get that shell dispersion lowered because that is always worthwhile. If you don't want to take that one, Traverse Speed would be the next suggestion, but I highly recommend Aiming Systems mod. Slot 4, this thing needs to be able to move quickly, especially with the fact that it can take a lot of damage if you're not careful, so I like to take Prop mod to get the full engine power quickly while accelerating, especially with Outnumbered. That gets me a lot of ability to juke enemy shots with speed. DCS mod 2 isn't the worst idea, or steering gear mods. I would never take the airstrike mod. Slot number 5, I run Concealment System. Once again, that helps get me lower detectability as well as increase the dispersion of shells fired at my ship, which is nice. And then in slot 6, we take the reload modification because you've already got 20.4 kilometer range. While we could increase the range with the gunfire control system, I find that the 20 kilometer range is pretty nice spot, and I'd rather have the shorter reload time to go with it. Finally, let's talk about the exterior. Of course, the Stalingrad comes with the standard 50% cheaper cost of post-battle service, 20% credits, 100% XP. You can run that, or if you're trying to grind out Elite Commander XP, run a camo that gives you more of that. Over in flags, flags is always your choice. If you have special flags that give you credit bonuses, run those. Otherwise, whatever you want. Then in signals, I tend to run almost all of my specials flags and economic flags on these things, especially because I've got Kuznetsov up to 21 points, which means that I'm getting so much Elite Commander XP. In terms of combat flags, you're going to want to run Victor Lima, or actually, you're not going to run Victor Lima. I don't know why that one was on there. You're going to want to run Juliet Charlie. Make sure you don't have a chance of detonating. You need to run the fire and flooding recovery and extinguishing times, because those flags are critical to your survival. Because remember, like we said, you take the minute-long floods and fires like you're a battleship, and there's no way to reduce it, so you need to take those. I like to take India Delta to get more health recovered, along with the increased ship speed and the preparation and reload time of ship consumables. That leaves you two choices. One choice that isn't bad would be considering Sierra Bravo to get the defensive AA fire time shorter, but you don't need to. Secondary shell battery range and firing time. I mean, if you're looking for a flag to throw on, you can take it. I don't rate it as worth it. I would say November Echo Set 7 is worth considering if you're in a match where you're guaranteed to get carriers, like if you're playing clan battles or if you're playing ranked battles where you tend to see a lot of carriers. And then, of course, Die Hard is always a good one to have on your ship. Anyway, that's all. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to help me keep making great content. This is Minnie, signing off.